To understand where we are now and why MMM is being brought back, let's take a little step back into the history of MMM. So MMM relies on econometric techniques that well predate this graph, but MMM as a model really kicked off in earnest in the 80s with the arrival of more accessible data from spreadsheets and retail scanners. And this made cleaner and more accessible data, or cleaner and more accurate data available to be used for modeling marketing effectiveness. MMM really became the gold standard in the 1990s and early 2000s, but really the MMMs of those days were incredibly complex. They required a lot of marketing investment for them to be accurate, and they required very intensive resources from very skilled econometricians. So really, they were most useful, really only useful for the top companies. With the rise of digital marketing in the 90s and early 2000s, we now got observable user journeys powered by technology like cookies. So this led in a shift in preference away from MMMs to more easily available granular cookie-based attribution modeling, where we can see the user's journey from ad click to site to conversion. And then, of course, as we all know, in the last 10 years or so, privacy regulations like GDPR came into effect, tech changes like Apple's iOS came into effect, and there's just been a consistent depreciation of third-party cookies, which is decreasing these observable user journeys. So these observable attribution models began to degrade, and now marketers are starting to realize that we need to fill in the gap somewhere along these journeys. And then this has led to a look back into the past to pick up MMM. So MMM is really now being looked towards as the privacy safe measurement solution. It doesn't rely on observable user journeys. We don't need to know which user has clicked on an ad and which one has converted. It's agnostic of all that stuff. We can use that as a more reliable privacy safe solution. On top of that, with the recent improvements in AI and machine learning, these tools are now, or MMM as a tool, is more accessible than it ever has been, more transparent, and just more readily available for a wider range of businesses.